I don't know if we're going yet. I'm gonna have to test the video, test the audio here. Did hey, can I hear myself? I can. Good, good. Oh, wait a second. I gotta change this to the Yeti Nano. Things we have to do every single Sunday. Let's test it again. I did not hear it. No speaker. Realtek audio. Microphone. Yeti Nano. That's what it's called, the Yeti Nano. This is the thing. This is the little microphone I use, and I quite like it. But I have to make sure it's. Oh, I heard that. Hey, I'm talking now. All right, that works. That works just fine. Good. Oh, well, I am. I'm live on YouTube, and they're all seeing all this play out. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, November the 1st, 2020, day after Halloween. And boy, I'll tell you, it was a busy week, and we've got an even busier week ahead of us. It's Remembrance Day Sunday. We'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. But for the week that was, I had a little bit of fun this week. I'm using a different program to record everything, and I quite like it. It's been kind of an adventure. I'm going to show you just kind of what we do to make this work on Sunday mornings. I just got to load it up. I guess scratch the back of my head. It's called Wondershare by Filmora Wondershare. I think it's Filmora by Wondershare, and it's a video editing software that is a little bit more robust than what I've been working with. No, I don't want to use that. I'm talking to it. I'm talking to the program. I wanted to know if I wanted to use an automatic backup. So I'm going to give you a glimpse into what goes on behind the scenes here to get our Sunday morning worship up and running. So let me just go back to my Zoom thing. I'm broadcasting Zoom. So this way I can share the screen. I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. And this is it. This is the program that we use to edit morning. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll give you a little bit
Welcome to Rothwell United Church, Sunday, November 1st, 2020.
I don't know if you can hear sharing properties to make sure you can. Let's stop the share and then go to share screen again. I hope this isn't me. Oh, there you go. Share your sound. There we go. All right. So this is it. This is the program that we use to put it all together. And it's really quite fun. I've always somebody who's enjoyed puzzles, and I've always enjoyed learning new things about technology. And so what we do is you take pictures from your computer, from various this is compelling TV or YouTube for many of you, I'm sure, but you import them from. So what I do is I put everything, all of the little bits, so you can see all the little video bits that we included into the service. So we've got Paul playing the music. We record all the music first, and then after that we move into the parts that the lay reader does. And this week we were lucky enough to have Dick Ballhorn back. Warren record the service this week on the camera. He was our camera operator and taught me some tricks, taught me some things that I didn't know before. Sorry about that. And so now what we do is we take the music part, and then we take the parts, and then we do my parts. Usually I record the sermon either after the fact or before the fact. This week I did it before, and then all the hymns together, and then we do the little tag at the end where I kind of stand at the end and chat with everybody. I like there, show that we're socially distanced and that we're wearing our masks and all that stuff, and then we take all that and we drop it all into the timeline, and we manipulate it, and we just sort of change it and put a the service recording on Thursday nights. We're actually changing it to Wednesdays. We if you're there, you might find it a little bit weird to do it, to be there, but it's good to have people there, and the people who are there, I think, we have to. Then I found a new little trick this week, and that or last week actually. I usually use PowerPoint to project the slides on the big screen, or at least I did back when we used to be. And then I thought, just because I was all new at this, I wanted to, simplify it. I took a little monitor, and I last many weeks taken the monitor to put the screen, the lyrics on, and I would just take the camera and point the camera at the monitor. Very solution to a problem that I had. But then with this new program, I found I could just take the slides and I could drop them over top of the video, and you could my faithfulness on our Creator. And what you can do is you can take the slide and you can change the shape of it. At least you can when there you go. Anyway, or bigger or whatever, make it fill the screen or not. And you can adjust the volume as well, so that if the hymn's a little bit too loud, you can take it and bring it down or not. And what you can do, what I've been doing is, there's just many things you can do, is you can record little voiceovers. So you'll hear my and you'll also hear my voice at the end when we're finished to thanks to folks who have been involved and all that stuff. That's the program we use. That's been quite exciting. So I'm going to stop the sharing and I'm going to turn this off. Do I want to save the changes? No, I don't. So that's how that's one of the, part of the behind the scenes that's been going on. It's been a kind of a steep learning curve, but it is a little fun. I have to admit, it is fun. It would be much more fun being together with all of you on Sunday morning. There's no question about that. But this has been a little bit of an adventure. So this week I would like to make a plea for people to join us on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. in front of the church. We're going to have a wreath laying ceremony because it's Remembrance Day Sunday next Sunday, and we're going to pre-record parts of it so that we can play it during the service. So Paul's going to be there to do the last post and reveille, and Neil Johnstone is going to be leading our act of remembrance. I need wreath layers. I need at least 4 wreath layers, and I got 1, I think, coming. And certainly I would use anybody else who was around, but I do need some folks to help me with that. So ideally it would be people in leadership within the congregation. Young people might be a little bit of a big ask because of, they're in school or at home at school. But at any rate, again, nothing's ideal, but we can do something. And this is one thing we'd like to do. So that's on Wednesday at 10 a.m. I have a surprise lined up musically. Oh, I'll just say what it is. Old friend of the congregation, friend of mine, Stephanie Coward Yasku, has written a song. She wrote it years ago when her husband Sean was in Afghanistan when he was deployed there, and so she's going to give us some music leadership next week through a video montage that she's putting together. But it's an original song that she sang and performed. So that's happening as well. And I'm going to go on location. I won't say anything more about that, but there's going to be some location work that we do. And of course, we'll have the hymns and the rest of it. Anyway, that's what we're doing this week. We're putting it all together. So please, 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning, having some folks there would be great. And it's okay. We're outside, so we're going to be socially distanced. And same thing when we're laying the wreaths. We're going to do it all by spec. And so that's happening. Bring your mask. So that's Wednesday morning. Here is something else I wanted to say. The real important thing was, I'll tell you what happens. During the week, Trina and I, we speak many times. We speak many times during the week about what's going on. And so she prepares the announcement page based on messages that she has received and things that you've sent her and things that I've said to her. And I got to admit, I don't always look at it because I know what's in there. Well, this week, Trina said to me, she said, "You better look at your announcement page before Sunday morning." And I thought, oh, I wonder why. And I did. And this is why. And I want to thank you. I want to thank Trina, of course, for arranging this. And, you could probably see it here. It was my birthday on Friday, and she put out a request to invite people. An email was sent out to invite people to send birthday wishes to me, and it was lovely. And so I'm just going to go through them, and I'm going to thank Fran and Art and Nancy and Graham and Maggie and Eva and Dorothy and Jim and Shirley and Ray. Shirley's birthday is the same day as mine, by the way, October 30th. My phone is blowing up. I wonder why. Anyway, Vivian Finley, Myrna and Peter, Joan and Joan, from Maria McConkey, from Yvonne, from Marg and Bill, from Joanne O'Byrne, for Lise and Keith and Barb and Jean and Evelyn and the Greensides and John and Gloria and Lauren and Kathy, Jan and Reed and the Frosts, Nancy Stevenson, Dick Ballhorn, Willis and Nancy, Sandra Cameron and Cassie Bales, Jacinth and Danny Waldron, Jacinth and Vivian Johnson and the whole Johnson Enriquez family, and Fran and Dennis and Myrtle and Betty and Maureen and Bill and Kim and Amy Boris, Gloria, Barb and Laverne, Pauline Ritchie, Neil, Carol Einerson, Ruth, McKay, all of you, thank you. I am beyond moved by all of that. You are all such blessings to all of us, to each other, and certainly to me and to your communities. And I am, I don't know what to say. There are times when you're just gobsmacked by how much love there is out there. And when you're on the receiving end of something like that, it just feels wonderful. And boy, thank you very much. And I don't know what else I can say during this little broadcast, except for I will say one thing. This is an important announcement. I just want to lean into a little bit this week. Poppies. There's been some talk out there that there's no poppy campaign this year. There is a poppy campaign this year. I know this personally because I went and I got 5 of them for my family the other day. There was a drive-through poppy station at Place d'Orleans Shopping Center. I believe there is one in Beacon Hill as well. Yeah. So yeah, there'll be boxes and donations in places like Tim Hortons, Starbucks, BMO, Loblaws, Giant Tiger, Shoppers Drug Mart, Michael's, The Source. So there are going to be places set up. You can do a tap donation as well. So there's contactless poppies, $2. Each tap is a $2 donation. And let's see here. Yeah, Superstore at Innes Road, Good Life on 10th Line, the Mandarin, Royal Bank of Place d'Orleans. So there's places you can get poppies. So go get a poppy. It's important. I have a feeling, well, you know what? Conventional wisdom would say that the poppy campaign this year will not be as lucrative for the Legion and for our veterans as it has been in years past. But conventional wisdom flies out the window when it comes to generosity in the time of COVID. It could very well be this might be their most successful year yet. Who knows? But nothing surprises me with the generosity and love that's out there. It's 10:30. I got to go. It's time for us to do church. So I'm going to